Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Friday, the 7th day of July, the 13th day of Tamuz. Here we go. You know that during the 9 days we don't eat meat or wine, and now some of the sort of exceptions here goes. First of all, on Shabbos, of course, you can freely eat meat or wine as much as you want on the 9 days, because Shabbos we don't show any public signs of mourning on the Shabbos. If there's a Sudas mitzvah, now forget Shabbos for a moment, but like a Sudas mitzvah, in the middle of the 9 days, then you can eat meat at that Sudas mitzvah. What do we mean by a Sudas mitzvah? That would be something like a bris, a circumcision, a pidyon aben, redemption of the firstborn, or a siyum if somebody finishes a large piece of Torah learning. We'll discuss the specifics of what's called a large piece in one of our future halachas. Next thing, let's say, okay, fine, you're allowed to eat meat on Shabbos, but you're making an early Shabbos. So by the time you're sitting down to have that bite of meat, it's still sunny outside and it's still Friday. It's still the weekday. It looks like the weekdays of the 9 days. So can you eat meat at your Friday night meal when you make an early Shabbos when it's actually still Friday when you look outside? And the answer is yes. When you accept early Shabbos, it's early Shabbos, and since you're under the rubric of Shabbos, you can have meat. No, you can't start Shabbos Friday morning so that you could eat meat all day Friday. Shabbos is only allowed to be extended by an hour and a quarter, technically, and there's a lot of details about what that hour and a quarter means. But so if Shabbos naturally would have started 8:15, you could push it back to around 7. You can't push it back to 2 or 1 in the afternoon on Friday. If you had a Shalosh Shudas that was Fleshix, and it was just taking a long time, and that Shalosh Shudas lasted all the way into Saturday night, then yet you could continue to eat the meat because it's part of your Shalosh Shudas. Can you have wine at Havdallah? So the general answer is there's an argument. Some rabbis allow wine or grape juice at Havdallah. Some say try to give it to a young child to drink. You'll make the regular Bor Priagafen, but the young child will do the drinking. And others say, nope, just make your Havdallah on beer during the 9 days and make a shahakol on that beer. So there are different customs, and you can check with your rabbi which one is most appropriate for you. Does the law about not eating meat during the 9 days apply to things like chicken? And the answer is yes, it does. Does it apply to things like chicken soup? The answer is yep, it does. So no chicken soup either during the 9 days if it's a fleshik chicken soup. But if you make something like a potato kugel, which is totally paraf, just happens to be in a fleshik pot when it was made, then that is allowed to be eaten because that's generally not viewed as a fleshik food. Of course, you wouldn't have it with milk, but it's not really viewed as a fleshik food, so you can go ahead and have that. That part of potato kugel cooked in a fleshik pot during the 9 days. Thanks for logging on. Have a great Shabbos, and log on again after Shabbos for more. Bye-bye.